All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another episode. Today was day 3 on the truck. Overall in training, it's day 6. Let me make sure on that because I have to do my paper logs. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, day 6. Got a little bit of homework, which I think I've done correctly already. He wanted me to do some fake days in here, but I think I've already got it. He's trying to teach me how to do the recaps properly, which I think I actually understand how that works. Because anything you want to learn, damn near you can find on YouTube. So, yesterday and Monday, I was doing training modules and whatnot, and then writing. And one of the things is, things I need to do. Okay. And these are just overall tasks that I need to do. I'll get to that in a little bit. Let's go ahead and go over today's trucking stuff. So today, I did my first reefer load, some meat, whatnot. Not a big deal. It just means you got to do a little bit more pre-trip, check your fuel tank for your reefer unit, and whatnot. Today being an actual working day for normal people, it was quite a bit more traffic, and especially this morning on the way west, on the westbound side. It didn't bother me much. I only had, I want to say I think I had about 35,000 pounds this morning on the westbound trip. And then, about another 35,000 on the eastbound trip, because the account that I'm on right now is he just runs splits. He runs yard to yard, and he's home every day. So, it's an out and back sort of thing. That's why I'm in this wonderful hotel for the next, a little over 2 weeks still. There was an issue on the admin side today. I guess yesterday, one of the other guys that runs out of his yard needed to borrow the truck for his shift, and they kind of goofed it up a little bit where I had to stop driving today. So that they could take me off of the truck, take him off of the truck, put the other slip seat driver back in, and then put me back in. So we just went ahead and I observed for the last about hour and a half of today. Actually about 2 hours. But my trainer, he is already telling me that I'm essentially ready. I need to work on my backing. I had a 45 degree back today, and a straight line back, and when the 45 degree was at the western yard, and he shows me, he tells me when we get in the yard what hole to put it in. And I get set up for the 45 degree. I get out and do my get out and look and walk around, and I get to the back of the trailer, and I look how much space is in between each trailer that I'm backing in between, and it was like Stevie Wonder could have backed this trailer into this spot. There was probably 6 feet on either side after my trailer got back in. So it was a big thing. So a big parking spot, which it shouldn't actually be that big because the yard is kind of small. But what is it? Whatever. Gotta have your coffee. But, today started off a little, I was annoyed by 4 o'clock this morning. Yay. I won't get into that publicly. Those that know. Those that don't, try to pronounce it. Hi, Dad. Yeah. I've been trying to do some writing every day. And whether it's just writing to my daughter, writing to dead people, I actually did get an idea for a book. It might be a book. It might end up being a series of YouTube videos. I'm not sure yet. Got to kind of flush it out. I've started kind of getting some ideas and whatnot, and just writing stuff down on the grand scheme of things, and then I'll like make a page for each item and start like roughing them out a little bit. Smoothing them out a little bit. But the big thing I wanted to show was this right here. I guess we'll do a little bit of lesson today. This book right here, it's kind of become my journal, my diary, but it's targeted to my 5-year-old daughter, Emma. And I actually got it before she was born, right when we found out that she was cooking, and started writing to her then. And then, life happened, and just like so many things in my life, grandiose plans get, kind of pushed aside. Not necessarily pushed aside, but if I don't do it every day, I forget about it. And this is kind of today's lesson, where I made this yesterday as I was going through my starting to try to get my budget going together, because this week is my first official paycheck, and well, quite frankly, it's completely already allocated, so yay. Hopefully I have enough money for food, even if it's just another couple loaves of bread and some cheap lunch meat to get me through till next week, and I can actually legitimately start my budget, because I have bills that I have to that I absolutely have to pay this week that I can't push any farther. So what we've got here is just kind of a things I need to do, daily, weekly, monthly, and I've got room to add to those as I think of them. Some of the things daily is, truck and self-cleaning, daily expenses tracking for the truck and for myself, daily food management, exercise, journaling, tracking my loads and whatnot, and making sure that I do the next day's schedule. So from a trucking standpoint, yes, we use electronic logs in the company I work for, and every single thing is electronic. But I went and I got me a book of these. Okay, it's basically like accounting paper type deal. And so what I am doing is and I just started it, and whatnot. So I've got my load information, I've got my trailer numbers, I got the mileage and whatnot. So that's basically all I really need to track. And that just makes sure that I make sure that I get paid for what I do, but also, just a productivity tracker and whatnot. Because I find I'm more productive when I know how productive I'm being, and documenting that productivity, and even scheduling, making sure that I have a checklist of when I leave the truck and when I get on the truck, and things like that. On like my weekly stuff, I got to submit my paperwork to payroll, to groceries, weekly expense, weekly budget, paycheck disbursement and whatnot. Put the money where I need it to be, and then like monthly right now I've got full truck detailing and monthly budgeting. So I'm sure there's more. If anybody that actually makes it this far wants to put comments and suggestions and whatnot to see what else I might need. I'm basically starting over from scratch. Over from scratch, trying to learn things, learn to do things right the way I need to do them, so that I can get what I want. And not only get what I want, but provide the type of life that I want for my daughter, which I've not been good at for the last 5 years. I made excuses. I made mistakes, and I'm sorry, Emma, if you ever see this. But I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to be better, and I absolutely need to be better. So, working on it, and part of it is documentation and scheduling. Something that I tried to have done before all of the bullshit happened. But, I'm a man. I'm supposed to just figure it out. I'm a little bitter about that. I'll always be a little bitter about that. So, but anyway, so I am done for the day. I got a little bit more of documenting to do. I really don't have any. I didn't spend any money today, so I don't have any finances to go over. As far as food management goes, right now I literally have about a quarter of a loaf of bread. I'm out of cheese, and I have about 7 or 8 slices of ham left, and about six or eight Cliff Bars left, which thankfully tomorrow is payday, so I've got enough for tonight and in the morning. So that's all I need there. Exercise, I did some at 3 o'clock this morning when I woke up. I'll do some more stretching and whatnot. Oh, so just a sec on that. So when you're in a truck, you have weight limits that you have to adhere to, and it's not just overall weight. You have typically 3 axles. Some trailers and combinations, like specialty heavy hauling equipment is a little different. But when you are in a truck, you have you can only, the specification is 12,000 pounds on your steer tires, and then 34,000 pounds on your drive axles, and then on your tandems, your trailers, with no more than 20,000 pounds per individual axle. So, weight, even though they're big and they can haul a lot of weight is still a factor. If you have too much stuff in your cab, that can affect how much you can haul and how your weight distribution is. So, I wanted to bring some exercise equipment and whatnot. So, resistance bands, they're light. They don't take up a lot of space. They're extremely durable. They have different weights to them. I use this one for stretching my legs because my hamstrings and calves have always been extremely tight, not very flexible. So I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get some flexibility in those. I think I'm actually this last week and a half or so since I've been in orientation, I'd say, I don't have a scale or anything, but so I'm just going by how my pants are fitting. I'm probably down about 10 pounds. A lot of that is just being too poor to eat a whole lot. But I want to keep going with that and whatnot because I don't like where I got to again. I don't necessarily want to get back down to like the 220 or lower. I'd be okay with 225 to 250, but getting rid of the Homer Simpson torso. So I'm going to be working on that. I got the legs of Triple H and the torso of Homer Simpson. So I have all of that. So some of the things like in the thing that I was wanting to, start writing is like things I wish I had known as now known from being a fuck up. Financial stuff that I wish I knew, health and physical stuff that I wish I knew, relationship stuff, adulting, mental health, that sort of thing. And, I'm gonna, like I said, I started on kind of an outline. Now I gotta start, maybe getting a little bit more of an outline, adding more stuff and, kind of going into detail on each point. So there's that. Now, one of the things that I have been doing is I showed you this one. This one's to Emma. Emma's alive and breathing, and she can be a butt. But there's this one. Okay. This one, when I moved my stuff up from the basement to take it out of Hotel California version 3 and put it in storage, there was a box in the basement, the proverbial box in the basement, that had a bunch of my dad's stuff in it. And I went through it, and it was kind of weird because it was a box that he had put together and kept for his memories. And some of the things that were in there, there was some stuff that my brother and I did back in Washington when we were in Boy Scouts. Some of the craft stuff that you do in Boy Scouts, leather and beadworking kind of stuff. Some of the clay pottery stuff that I had made, and he kept the score sheet from the first time I broke a 600 series in league play in bowling. I was kind of taken aback on that, but the big thing, and this is from 2008 to, I want to say early 2010. This was one of his journals, and he kind of actually had it sorted in chapters. It wasn't necessarily just a journal. It was kind of a it's got how-tos, it's got goals in it, and some other stuff. But one of the things in here that has really, really, really helped me, and I'm going to read this, and I may actually tie this off into its own video, because in in his way, even though he's been gone for 6 years now. And this in and of itself was started 14 years ago. Really, Richard, 14 years. I try to see the sunshine, you bring the pain, or you bring the rain. I try and see the sunshine, you bring the rain. Yeah. Anyway, I guess I'll have to tag Guns N' Roses in this one. It's got a section in here called Rituals and Ceremonies. And the very first one, and the reason why I started writing in this book specifically, is clearing grief. Preparation. List everyone who you think may have died who you haven't let go of. Double check the list. Sort it in descending order. Pick the top one. Write that person a letter. Include everything you want to say to them. When the time comes, sit in circle, open in protection. Intention. To come to closure with that person so they can move on and so you can heal. Place that person's name on a white candle. Place the letter by the candle. Light the candle. Call to them. When they arrive, read them the letter. Send them love. Stay in circle until candle burns out. Relate love, forgiveness, and hope. Let them go with your love, not your sorrow. Thank them for the time you had with them. Close circle with release. Burn the letter. But the one that was read from, burn the letter. A copy may be kept, but the one that was read from must be burnt, along with the candle leftovers. And he's got a list. And obviously the first one is Aaron. Godoy. His dad, his mom, Aunt Pearl, Irene. I'm not sure who some of these people are. Irene, Ray, Doris, Mike, Flo, Ernie, Willie, Leon. Don't know who any of those people are. And then John Kennedy. John Kennedy was an individual who my father worked with, who after the economic crash of 2008 checked out on his own. Guess it hit the financial collapse hit him pretty hard, and he also not only was there the financial collapse of 2008, his home actually also got destroyed in a tornado. He was a good dude, but he ended up checking out on his own. Yeah, but that's not what. So I'm writing to my father, and when I read this, I cried a lot. Sitting alone in an emptying out a house after yet another failed relationship. That'll happen. Hell, it's hard to not cry right now. But, he's got in here, journals and whatnot, and some of it will not be shared. Sorry, Holly. You don't need to know some of those things. I don't know. Maybe you might want to know. Maybe he told you. I don't know. I'm not going to burn this. Okay? I started this one to talk to my daughter before she was able to be actually making conversations and whatnot. I started it back up to kind of try to explain what was going on in the last year or so, and where I am, and the things that I need to do, and just remind her that I love her, and pretty much what I am doing now is what I have to do so that I can do the things that I have to do for her. This one ain't getting burned. That one ain't getting burned. These are going to end up going to Emma, even this one. Partially because I want her to get at least a somewhat of a glimpse into who her grandfather was. Unfortunately, I don't have any of his other journals. I do have his cryptic writings folder, but there wasn't a whole lot in there other than like instructions. Anyway, this has already been excruciatingly long. I'm going to go finish my coffee, watch some mindless TV for probably about an hour, call my daughter, and then go to bed because I've been up since 3. Good night, and keep the shiny side up.